Hello guys, welcome to Tech Info. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to create a user extension on 3CX V18. So without further ado, let's begin the tutorial. Okay, so as you can see, I'm currently at the login page of the 3CX management console. And as I've already said, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be creating a user extension. Now, to put it simply, an extension is just someone who is logged on to the PBX, has a registered account, and they can receive inbound calls as well as make outbound calls. That is either to the PBX itself or to the PSTN network. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to log in now with the credentials that I made last time in the last video. Go and check that out if you haven't already. And as you can see, I'm now in the management console. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to go to users. And as you can see, we have our first extension here, which we made last time, NTI streaming. So now we're going to create another extension, but this time we're actually going to create it ourselves rather than have the first one done for us. So we're going to add, and as you can see, we are now in a window. So we're going to name this extension 9001. The first name is going to be 3CX, the last name is going to be video 2. The email address is going to be example1 at test.com. And the mobile number we're going to leave blank. Now, because people might be using this in the web client, which in our case we are, I'm going to be changing the password of the username sorry, for this extension, but for the web client. And I'm just going to simply call it password for testing purposes. And surprisingly, it actually allows it. We're going to go into voicemail, and you can see that these are our voicemail settings. So we have the voicemail language. So if we ever were to call this person, we can either have it in the UK, we can have it in the US, standard English prompt sets. We can have it in different languages. We'll teach you how to do that later down the line. And all of that sort of thing. So essentially just changing the audio for the specific user. Not for everyone else, just for the one extension. This is our PIN number. This is essentially when you log in or when you call quadruple 6 on the phone, in our case. You'll then be asked to enter a personal identification number, which in this case is 2736. This can be changed at any time. These are our forwarding rules. So this essentially is just, for instance, if I do not answer calls within the next 20 seconds, then it will forward it to voicemail. Of course, you can change that to things like, oh, if it's not answered within 20 seconds, you can try perhaps ringing my mobile or my backup extension or something like that. And the same applies for external. So to put it simply, internal is other extensions within the 3CX instance, and external calls are from the PSTN network or the general telephone network. This is our phone provisioning tab. In this tab, you will add your phones. There's a more in-depth, I'd say, setting in the phone section where you then provision the phone over. This is not where you actually make the phone. The actual phone itself, like provisioned and registered, is all done within the phones tab, which we'll have a look at next week. These are our BLF keys. So we can do things like obviously speed dialing or parking. So if we were just to press, I think it's just, if we were just to dial number 2 or 1 or something, I think we would get to Something like that. I'm not entirely sure myself. Okay, well, I think you can do it within the 3CX app. But in our case, we're only using the web client today, so I don't think it will matter. These are the restrictions. So, for instance, let's say that the extension has been set up, but let's say that if you're doing it for a company and the employee has not turned up yet or is not yet registered on the actual company, you can just say, oh, I don't know, I can disable the extension. Oh, maybe he's new. I might disable external calls. I might enable a PIN protection. You know, you can also do recording for the specific extension, because you never know, this extension might be handling more serious calls rather than other extensions. And there's also other options as well, such as hot desking and sending email notifications, etc. And in the rights, this is mostly just the permission that the extension actually has. So by default, all of these should be selected, such as can see group calls, group members, and it can show its presence, etc. However, it cannot be controlling IVR, it cannot control barging in or whispering to other calls. However, this is only done with a professional and enterprise license, whereas I only have a free license, so I can't really show that anyway. And you can also give it access to the 3CX management console. Essentially, you can make it an administrator. Not the main administrator, but an administrator in some way. Anyway, with all of that done, we can now go back into General, check everything is ready, and we can press OK. Now, the first thing you may have noticed is that the minimum requirements for the password is not exactly allowed. Well, it's allowed, they have allowed it, however, it's not recommended. And that's because the password I've actually set for this is password. But I don't really care because you guys can't access this anyway, because, well, first of all, it's not even port forwarded, so there's that. And second of all, I'm not giving out my FQDN to anyone, so we'll stick with that. But anyways, let's now go into another tab and log in. Okay, so as you can see, we are now in the 3CX web client. So what we're going to do, we're going to log in with our extension number or username, and also we're going to enter our password. So let's go ahead and do just that. We can now log in, and as you can see, we can see all the people that are available, who aren't. Well, only the ones who are available in this case because there's only 2 people. But there you go. So now we're going to bring up our dialer. That's right now. And we're going to do *777. Now what this is going to do is it's going to initiate an echo test. And what the echo test does is that it measures or gives you an audible sense of the latency between the person who's on the extension, so essentially the caller, and the server, which in our case is the 3CX instance. So we're going to dial that now. Allow our microphone. Hello. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Off to a slightly rocky start there, but now we're fine. Well done. And as you can see, all is well. And that's it. Hopefully this video has been helpful. If you would like to request a video, please leave your comments in the comment section below. Or you can check out our Discord server, Twitter and Instagram pages, which are the links in the video description. Join us next week where I'll be teaching you how to configure the 3CX app for Windows and also the 3CX app on your Android or iOS device. And we may even look at configuring a hard phone, but that is still to come. Thanks eBay for the long delivery times. But anyways, thank you very much for watching.